top.
Oh, you made notes? Wow. That's good.
You have to, innit?
No, we made notes for other
That's
guests,
detailed.
innit?
Wow. Yeah.
But like because I kind of know you, like it's a little bit easier, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can kind of bounce off your energy already.
Yeah. No.
So yeah, we're back here, right? Kilimanjaro again. You know, we are always climbing out here. You know, that's what we do. We just climb. Go to the Alps, we climb. That's it. That's what we do, bro. But I brought here a very special guest, right? Like he's already doing podcasts out there. Shout out HardlyHarsh.
In the building.
In the building, live and correct. Coming with the Adidas top. Right?
Yeah.
He probably went for a run. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, talk to them about who the Harsh is.
Alright, so my name is HardlyHarsh. I have a podcast on Spotify, so I'm basically a dating coach. So I help young people achieve their potential in attracting women, either through a cold approach or through achieving their potential. Maybe even warm approaches, but a lot of it's day game.
Yeah.
Which is basically approaching women on the street and expressing your interest, and it's harder now than ever due to COVID, but it doesn't mean there's excuses. You mean you still got to do what you got to do. Having said that, people might be looking at it thinking, oh, it's coronavirus, how can you go out there and approach? But you know what, when there's a will, there's a way.
So it's really this cold approach that you've kind of been honing in yourself for a while now, isn't it?
Yeah, so
like a little bit of background about how we met. Right, and then obviously you guys can connect because this is the first time you guys are actually meeting today.
Yeah.
So it must be a little bit weird, right? But like I've known CJ for 10 years, by the way.
Nice.
As I always say on this podcast. But I met Harsh through my boy Ashul, who I actually met from primary school. So I've known Ashul for over 15 years now.
Oh really?
Which is weird to think about, right?
Yeah.
And obviously you're close with Ashul, right? Like you knew him and you were close with him when he was doing the Alpha Bond stuff.
That's it, yeah.
You know, we're gonna get Ashul on the podcast soon as well. But yeah, I guess we met through playing football, right?
Yeah, I think we met
the first time.
Yeah, through playing football. I remember you came and you were giving it in it, like you were playing like Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, so like I'm a striker, right? And I guess he's saying Zlatan Ibrahimovic because I came on the pitch with like venom, right? Like I just wanted to be known and be heard in it on that day. So yeah, basically you were going to uni in Royal Holloway. Yeah. I was going uni in Middlesex. This was like third year which we met. Yeah. I think properly. And then I guess like through run-ins with like Kevin and Ashur at the same time, whenever like all of the boys were together, when there was like a football game, we used to go to shisha lounges and stuff like that.
Exactly.
You know, briefly. And then we're both pretty good at football, right? So when I say pretty good, I mean, you know, not to the standard of like a club professional, obviously.
Probably like Titus Bramble.
Yeah, like Titus Bramble, you know? Or like Theo Walker when he played for Arsenal. That's how I liken it, you know what I mean? When he had his bad days, when he was coming off. You know how he was hot and then he became cold?
That's it, man.
Yeah, that's the kind of player that I was trying to activate again. But yeah, so Harsh.
Yes.
What is the main purpose of your podcast?
I think.
Wait.
Go on.
Don't worry, I'll edit this bit out.
Alright, CJ, you're really making a meal of this, aren't you?
Sorry about that, innit?
But yeah, Harsh, you're here, man. You're
here,
finally
man.
fucking here. Alright.
Away from the day game coaching, which I said earlier, I'll say a bit about myself. I believe in life experiences, so more so than being superficial.
Yeah.
That's just me personally. You know, experiencing life moments, memories, and I think COVID's kind of shown me that even more because yes, we can buy, you know, nice watches or you know, fancy restaurants, but actually restaurants are closed. You can't even really get fancy Michelin.
I mean, you can go outdoors. You know, you can shiver.
In the cold,
in the rain.
So yeah, I believe in the moment and the experience and trying to create memories with your friends. I think that's more important than a lot of objects that actually won't give you joy, like superficial cars, and which people think give them joy, but then they realise they bought it and then no one really cares. People live for a minute and that's it. They carry on with their lives because everyone's got their own problems to deal with in life. You know, you're happy for other people, great, but strangers, really, you'd be, you know, happy for them for a minute and then that's it. You stop caring.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you have that like emotional connection to someone in your life, every moment that plays back in your head about that person is that much more significant, you know, which is why we always say on this podcast, is like starting with your circle and making sure your peers are the ones who are shown love by you. And if they're shown love by you, then you can expand out. Yeah. But only until you show your inner circle that love can you then start making strangers' days and stuff like that. And obviously you can say like little greetings and remarks, or that homeless person outside the newsagent, you know, who wants a little bit of coffee. Give him coffee, obviously. You know, make yourself feel good, but start with the circle.
Yeah, I want to interrupt there about homeless people. When I went to Amsterdam, right, I felt really generous, so I wanted to buy a homeless.
Okay, so backstory, me and Harsh went to Amsterdam with a couple other guys in October, before COVID. Don't worry, mate.
2019, October, we went Amsterdam.
2019. We just started working, you know, we thought we were ballers, and, you know, we wanted to make that life experience that you were talking about, right?
Yeah, life experience. So I went cycling on a life experience.
Randomly, by the way.
Yeah, on my own. Just
spontaneous.
It was, spontaneous, and it was really enjoyable. So I bumped into some homeless people outside the supermarket. So I offered to buy them food.
Yeah.
Because we were chatting. Yeah. I was really just intrigued as to their story. They were telling me
not because we were in a new place, new country. Like, you want to know where their head's at. Based on their environment, their surroundings, right?
Yeah, so I offered them food, right? And the guy turned around and said, I don't want food, I want money. Which made me think...
So fake homeless person.
That's what I'm thinking. You know? Like, I was going to buy him coffee and cake and donuts and whatever.
Yo, as soon as you turn your back, he's driving a Mercedes AMC. Like,
nah, what if he's buying some of that, you know, that good stuff, innit?
Some of the good stuff, because we are in Amsterdam.
I mean, we were definitely not engaging in any illegal activities over here. No, not at all. We don't do that, do we?
Not even, man.
No. Have we ever done that, CJ?
Nah, I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
What? Illegal substances? Do they exist? I didn't even know.
In your podcast, you always talk about, you know, now's the time. Come and do it, you know. Just highlight the importance of taking action.
I think taking action, it's very important. I think it's very hard to get caught up in the spiral of thinking you're going to take action or not. So I call it mental masturbation. So you're stuck in a cycle.
Okay.
So there's a book called Models by Mark Manson, right? Yeah. So I read that book maybe 5 times.
Yeah, you religiously follow Mark Manson, innit?
I was following the teachings. I understood it. I could explain it to you. I could tell you, but I wouldn't do it until I actually did it. And I went out with my friend Kevin, and we went central London and Amsterdam as well, actually, within a similar time frame. And we approached so many women. Like so many, we honestly, just like, actually felt like we were invincible. Talking to girls in Leicester Square, talking to girls in Amsterdam. Yeah, you'll say the story.
From what I remember, like, these guys at any opportunity, because, you know, they weren't thirsty. They weren't doing it out of like, oh, I need a girlfriend, or I don't want to masturbate anymore. Do you know what I mean? Back to his mental masturbation point. But they would literally, whether the girl is like looking disinterested as or whether they're like smiling, etc., they would chat to them no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like a numbers game for them in their head, because they were like, I'm going to speak to X amount of women, and I want to see how many numbers I can get, how many, you know, connections or nice conversations I can get out of it, and then afterwards.
I mean,
you know,
it's important. I think.
Was it like a numbers game for you when you were in Amsterdam?
Yeah, I think it's after doing it, you learn. You know, you don't go to the ones who are eating or having headphones in, because you realize, you know, let them enjoy their time.
But yo,
it was a numbers game. It's like a job application, right?
Yeah, it's like a job application, isn't it? It's like putting yourself out there, showing them the qualities that they might be interested in, and if they are, then they'll talk to you for longer. If they're not, then they're gonna be like.
Pretty much, yeah. And we were like, if you say fuck off, it's fine. Just carry on with life.
And when you have that mentality of like not being scared of rejection, which is what I saw from you guys after the first 2 days, and that's when me and Kesh joined in, and then randomly spoke to, you know, a couple girls, and we chilled with them for like the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the road girls, isn't it?
But literally,
Kesh's road girls.
Kesh's road girls, right? That's what we called them. But
the Indian ones.
They might actually watch this. You know, I might send it to them for bans.
You still talk to them?
I don't still talk to them.
So I might get slapped because that's called girls.
Yo, honestly, you'll probably get slapped. They'll probably come down with pickaxes and be like, yo, either this or we'll slap you. What are you going to choose? The slap, obviously, right?
Yeah. I was cycling and I just went up to them saying, do you want a picture?
It just goes to show that sometimes when you're in a new place, new environment, you can just stumble upon greatness randomly, you know? Like, imagine if I followed through with those conversations, and I was still maintaining a relationship to this day. I'm just trying to, maintain goodwill with every person I meet who I see is like significant in my life and who can bring me more than what I'm getting right now.
Yeah.
Like if the benefit overrides the the gunk, then why not?
Yeah, go for it.
But yeah, why did you even start the podcast, bro?
So I started the podcast.
What was the reason?
I think the reason was actually, I felt like I had a message to put out about experiences and about actually, because there's a lot of day game coaches out there, but I don't think they offer like, because a lot of them I know that they rip you off. They just take your money. They don't get to know you. But I want to get to know people for free trial and actually get to know them and help them with their bespoke problems.
So
everyone's got different sticking points.
Yeah, do you offer like a free call?
Yeah, like a free call within a half an hour free trial in person, like see where their eye contact is. Yeah. So I tell them like their weaknesses, their strengths. If they're not tall, I'll just say it. If they're, if they're, I'm not being rude. Yeah, I'll just say it.
You basically identify the factors that would
hinder
the success.
I mean, but being short isn't the end of the world. Definitely not. I'm just saying.
Being short isn't,
or if they're too cocky,
a crazy shortcoming.
Yeah, or if they're really cocky and they just need a bit of pep talk, then I'll just say it. So
they need to pan up a little bit. Like keep yourself a little bit humble, mate.
Yeah,
pat on the head, the short guy. Pat on the head.
Yeah, that's the thing. So everyone's different. Some people might be tall, but they might lack the confidence to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Most people are just weird how people would judge how you get cold approached.
Yeah.
Most people are just scared of it, like going out there and saying hello or calling a woman beautiful.
It's a huge barrier because it's not societally accepted, and you know more than anyone that if it's not societally accepted, most people, 80%, as per the Belgov, are not gonna go.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
They're just not gonna do it.
Yeah, it's too much risk, isn't it? Too much to lose.
And that's probably why 80% of people stay in the 9-to-5 system.
Yeah.
Because it's a system that has already been engineered in their minds. And that's like the only proven system that they know of because they haven't like ventured out of it.
It's a comfortable system at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's very comfortable. Some people literally just want to go to work, come home, see the kids, their wife, and go to bed.
Yeah.
That's it. You have to blush so much,
Right, it's cool, isn't
it? Each to their own desires, isn't it? 9 to 5, because it's routine and stability at the end of the day.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the people who break those barriers, which is what you're doing with this whole code approach thing.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are going to reap the rewards of taking that risk. Same way how people are getting into cryptocurrency right now.
Yeah.
And 5xing their money because they bought Dogecoin at 1p or 1 cent. Now it's at what? 40p?
I don't know. I don't follow with Dogecoin, to be honest. But I had the graph. I bought the graph. Only £5. Well. Only £5 worth. It's worth 30 quid or something now.
Yeah.
In my head, if I bought like £1,000, then.
Yeah.
But these are ifs and buts, right? Very volatile.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you always have to do your due diligence, innit? I can't even say that word. I attempt it in every podcast.
Due diligence.
Due diligence.
You said it, yeah.
Yeah, I said it, but I have to slow down, bro.
Yeah, with Dogecoin and things like that, even due diligence sometimes, if you do too much, you get like analysis paralysis, which basically then means you don't take any action.
Yeah, exactly. You get cluttered information,
Yeah.
Where it's telling you to do both things and you're like, these are counteracting points, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's about taking a fair gamble, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Ask him a question, bro.
I thought you were going to say something.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you were going to say something.
I agree with it. Expanding on that whole thing about you just got to go and do it.
Yeah.
Like, I think for most people, it's more about like, oh, I'm scared of if I do this, I'm scared of what this person's gonna think. Like they could be like, oh, I wanna, about the 9 to 5, I wanna go and start this business or something, but I'm scared of what my family are gonna say, what my parents are gonna say. How can someone like that can get out of the mindset and start to learn about like?
Give yourself as an example.
Myself.
No, like Harsh.
I'd say
when you were starting this code approach.
Yeah.
What was the factor that allowed you to overcome the barrier of starting?
I think the factor...
Because we all get these thoughts in our head. Like think about a few thoughts that you had when you started this podcast.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, it's gonna be on YouTube. Or the man them are gonna think that I'm a
Yeah, which is normal.
Or they're gonna think that I'm trying to come across as more intelligent than I actually am.
Yeah.
These kind of things.
Yeah, there's obviously barriers where you think how people will judge you, but really, like I said,
What was the barrier and how did you overcome it?
Thing is, I think when you have someone else supporting you, it helps. Like if I didn't start off alone. I started off with Kevin in Central. So because he saw me fuck up, I saw him fuck up. Yeah. And so basically, we played a game in real life.
Yeah, self-accountability.
See it like that, yeah. Self-accountability, playing a game in real life. And if you hang around with people who rate you for doing it rather than mock you, or are close-minded to say, oh, that's a dumb thing to do, or if you get slapped by a girl. Because I've had that negative energy. When I was at uni, a religious girl was having a go at me saying, how can you actually go and do that to women? She was a girl herself. How can you go talk to them and express your interest? Imagine you get rejected. So those kind of beliefs kind of thought, like, it made me feel bad.
Yeah.
But I'd realised, you know what? She's wrong. She's close-minded. But, you know, she only knows what she knows.
Yeah.
And if I start maybe talking to people who do want to do this kind of stuff, you know, in kind of a relatable community, you know, YouTube as well, people self-development, monk mode, no masturbation groups, all of that shit. Yeah, I can do it. So me and my mate, we went out together. I was still scared to do it alone, but I was like, okay, let's just do it sober. And whatever happened, like, we see it as a game. Completely so sober, because when you're new, you know all this, I dare you to do this, I dare you to do this when you're a kid. You'd only do it if someone dares you, right? Otherwise it's too scary. Keep that inner child in you when you do that. So me and Kevin were doing that to each other. I dare you. And because when you dare each other, whatever the result is, no one's going to judge each other.
Yeah. And the more you do it, like, let's say, if I dare you to do this, then you dare me to do something a little bit more extreme. And you're expanding the potential. Every single time, just like a rubber band. You're just getting bigger and just getting bigger and just getting bigger. Don't make that into anything dirty, by the way.
Yeah. When you're older.
You dirty minded motherfucker.
Depends on your age as well. How old are you? Okay, yeah.
We're all around the same age.
So that's, when you're like 20, when I was 19, 20, I was more worried about what people would judge me.
100%.
More. But the older you get, trust me,
you don't understand who you are.
People get to like 30s and then they realise.
Yeah.
And then they say it was too late. And then, you know.
Like 4 years ago, did you understand who CJ was?
No.
Did you understand that? Like,
not really either.
Did you like give yourself these labels of like, okay, I'm a producer, or I'm really invested in music, I am a music mogul? You know, you don't say these things to you because you think it's far-fetched.
Yeah.
You know, but the more you assign yourself to a role, you become that role.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to go back on your point about the girl telling you that it's wrong and immoral. I have come across a lot of females in my life, innit? And I'm not going to give the most feminist point of view right now. We're going to get a few people coming on later on to talk about feminism. Obviously girls, because, you know, guys can't really talk about feminism if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But based on the girls that I've been speaking to and I've spoken to in the past, and the climate that we're in right now, where, you know, we're getting shot headlines about, you know, topics like rape, you know, topics about like abuse, incorrect treatment, catcalling, you know, girls are very sensitive to these kind of things. And through one bad relationship or one toxic male in their life, or even like stemming back to their father, right, and how they've treated them, or like, you know, when a daughter's like trying to argue with the father and the father's like, no, you absolutely can't do that, or no, you can't go next to a boy until you're 19. Like most guys say nowadays, our age, that we're like, oh, if my daughter tries to do anything with another boy before 18, I'm going to kill him.
Yeah.
You know, we have said that. Like, I've said that personally, right? And because of all of those things, the combination of that leads to women feeling very wary of anyone coming up to them, you know, like how they used to. Because I guess with all of those like unfortunate circumstances that have molded that perspective of men, combined with the age of social media and how it's not societally accepted to have a face-to-face connection with someone.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard for people like you or people who you teach to overcome those barriers.
Yeah, definitely. And even now,
because they're telling themselves a completely different story that counteracts yours.
Yeah. And then now it's even harder because of COVID. You know, people, they're worried that if they go close to a girl, the girl might scream, and, you know, and if they don't have a mask on, she'll scream. Yeah,
exactly.
The world's become, as humans, you're meant to be connected, but it's actually become more disconnected due to COVID.
Yeah, in
with
some
social
ways.
Distancing, you know, restrictions on hugging and...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mad. The way the world's gone this last year is just, it's crazy. Even today, the Turkey's in the red list, so the Champions League final might not even be in Turkey.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's crazy. Like India, what have you seen? What's happening in India? Like people are dying left, right, and center.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's madness.
And that farmers thing that was going on about
CBD. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
CBD farmers.
But it's just like a clusterfuck of people becoming more physically detached.
It's just an overload. Like, it's obviously COVID plays a part, but like you could say social media in general, everything.
Yeah, it's funny how we always go back to social media.
Yeah, literally, but it's true though, isn't it? Like there's so much in social media. There's kind of like groups. There's so much like movements. You can say movements as well. That everything's just colliding with one another now. So now it's kind of like, oh, you don't really know what to do. Everyone is like on edge and that right now. You know, it's just confusing. Like it can be confusing.
Yeah.
But I feel like you just gotta. I would say be you.
It's just like trying to find some advice to give to someone. Like the only thing that comes to my mind about all of this and about like, you know, the hardships of even addressing a female when you're single.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys our age, they're focused on money, right? They're focused on, I need to get my P's up. They're not focused on building my emotional intelligence enough to make sure that a girl sees my good intentions. You know? Who actually thinks about that?
Yeah.
So I guess the one thing that you can do, which corresponds with what you were saying earlier, is have people around you that share your vision.
Yeah.
You know, that, you know, you can see eye to eye to, that will give you constructive criticism, not just telling you your shit, why are you doing this, and, you know, making you feel smaller, but actually giving you criticism that builds you up.
Yeah.
You know? Because I mean, I think when we were in Amsterdam, and you were like talking to the guys who were like running away, essentially, we were like, yeah, probably don't do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then he got better and better and better, and now he's clued up to the point where he has a girlfriend now.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
He
has a girlfriend now. He's in a relationship, you know, and he was craving that connection and intimacy for a long time.
I think what it was, right, more so than craving intimacy, it was the fear of missing out. So because I was single for 23 years, right, until I was 22 and a half. So it was basically not fear, but just like, not fear as in I won't find the right person, but like, I'm going to miss out on something. I'm going to miss out, or this could be my girlfriend.
You won't have
this
love,
could be my girlfriend. You know, this
Yeah.
could be something special.
Yeah.
And it just kept happening. That's why I kept getting obsessed over approaching. It was crazy. But now I'm in a relationship. I feel like really content.
Yeah.
Like my time's going towards actually working at home, studying for my qualification, trying to just walk, you know, listen to podcasts, build my knowledge, because I have that wrapped up.
Yeah.
You know? And the more areas of your life you have wrapped up, the more things you can work on, improve on, the more clarity you have. Your health is good, you have no... Your health is good, you don't have any problems, you know, you don't have to take tablets every 2 hours. You can focus on other things that actually make you grow. So don't take it for granted.
Do you base your life on the wellness wheel? Because it kind of sounds like you do a little bit.
You know what? I try to, but it's difficult. Like right now, for example, this last
like,
month.
I see that in my head as well, but you carry on. Yeah, go on.
Like, for example, because I'm studying my chartered qualification, right?
Yeah.
It's actually even been hard to get exercise in. To even try and go for a walk.
Yeah.
Because as well as working, you're doing your qualification, then you get your Gmail, you know, your personal emails you have to check in case something's popped up. You know, you've got... Today I was looking at Champions League final tickets. So half an hour goes like that.
Yeah.
You know, you need to go to the toilet. You have other things to do.
Yeah, I saw something on Instagram. It's like, okay, cool. Normally you schedule your life in it by like half an hour increments, innit?
Yeah, I've cut out Instagram. I hardly go on it. Literally,
that was wild.
Once every 2 weeks.
I was like, I've cut it out.
Lock off.
It's so distracting.
I can't do it anymore.
Dude, it's so distracting. It's so distracting.
It is, and
it's good to post value out there. And don't get me wrong, when I post my podcast, I go in there. But other than that, just look at our stories. What value does it add?
Most people do in and out. Most people like, okay, cool. for my business, I need to post this, I need to post this, and I need to comment on this, and I need to build this relationship.
Yeah, it's draining.
After I've done that, I'm out.
Yeah, it's draining.
Oh, it is draining because you're then waiting for responses.
I'm trying to put stories up every single day so that people, can actually follow along with the journey. And bro, it's taxing.
Trust me, yeah, mentally, because then you're waiting for responses as well, subconsciously.
And then when you try and block out like half an hour. Okay, cool. So right now, what's the time? Right now it's 8:13. So we're not going to finish the podcast at 8:30, but let's just use it as an example, yeah? We're like, okay, cool. Right now, I want to film until 8:30.
Yeah.
As soon as 8:31 hits and you're not finished, you will procrastinate.
Yeah.
Because you've already set that barrier in your mind, didn't it?
Yeah, it's difficult. Discipline's it's a tough art. It's built on habits. But sorry, quickly, before we move on, I wanted to touch on your wellness thing.
Yeah,
so, yes,
wellness.
Exercise, I play football, try to get walks in, all the rest of it, do 4Ks when I'm feeling it, when the weather's good. The weather's been horrendous recently, but whenever it's good, I try to get some fitness in. In terms of eating, I'd say my wellness is pretty much up there. So if I can remember from the top of my head what I ate like today, 2 cups of masala tea, 1 Nature Valley bar, 1 banana, 2 croissants, and then for lunch I had...
Feeling a little bit French. Have a little bit of croissant.
For lunch, I had lentils with rice, broccoli, and some Indian snacks. And then for dinner, when I go home, I'm going to have eggs and half an avocado.
Yeah, so he's really trying to... Essentially what the wellness wheel is like honing in everything from your emotional well-being, financial, social, spiritual, occupational, and so on. Right? And he's talking about, the physical and nutritional side of things right now.
Yeah.
I
never read this. Go on, carry on.
Yeah, man, no, because that's what it reminded me of when you were like going through the thought process of trying to better your life. This is what sprung to mind because this is also what I base my resolutions on every year.
Yeah, but one thing I will say to
starting from last year with the coronavirus
wellness thing, right? If it's literally very hard to balance them all, and the thing
you can't. I think it's impossible to balance.
Which is why delayed gratification comes in. Because delayed gratification, let's say you say physical, okay, maybe I can skip going to the gym 4 times a week. Let me just do it 2 times a week. And in that time, if I'm studying or if I'm working on my skills at work, in the future, you can have a better financial position.
Yeah.
So things like that, you got to balance, right?
Exactly, yeah. It's just about like planting seeds constantly. Because if you plant seeds constantly, then... the ideas that you want to execute will get executed at some point, but you just have to trust the process. Yeah. And you know what? When I used to hear the phrase "trust the process,"
that's Arteta.
I used to hate that shit.
It was cringe, innit? It was proper cringe.
It is cringy, bro. Yeah. And like, I support Arsenal. When he said that in the interview, I was like, "What do you mean trust the process? I've been trusting the process for 7 years, and Arsenal have gotten nowhere.
Yeah.
Apart from winning like a couple FA Cups.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Arsenal are finished, man. They're mid-league table.
Alright, let's not have that discussion now.
I don't
want to get emotional.
I've been trying to preach it to all my Arsenal friends and that. They're a mid-league table. Nah,
listen,
that's it, yeah.
You support an Illuminati team. Shut the fuck up. Your team is part of the Illuminati for sure.
But
no one come after me, bro. But
financial, I think financial is important because I think money gives you security.
I think with this, it's like a priority system. 100%. Like you have to pick 3 elements that you want to focus on every year.
100%, yeah. Because like you say, trying to balance them all is very hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what's going to happen is you're going to have, if you try and balance everything, I'm going to work 8 hours a day, then you're going to take a 10-minute break, and then you're going to go for a run, then you're going to come back and study in the evening. Really what's going to happen is you end up getting burnt out after a while. You might need that extra 10-20 minutes, and then you'll feel like that was my work time. And that's what happens to me. I get stories in my head. So in fact what I should be doing is meditating during that time so I can actually calm down.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than thinking. So I think meditation is one for me I need to improve on.
Yeah, because when you're in that fight-flight mode, that's the thing that will bring you back.
Yeah, but it's easier said than done, isn't it? That's where habits come in. But one thing I'm working on is actually getting into keystone habits. I'm good now, but I need to get better. So getting that meditation
more about keystone habits.
Yeah.
So what is keystone habits?
So just habits basically keystone habits, right? Like they're basically just basically routines that you set, and if you carry them out on a daily basis, initially very hard, and then they get easier and easier after like 30 days. So they just become second nature. So for example, I'll give an example. Before, I didn't want to read about the stock market, articles on the stock market. I found a bit boring, a bit dull, a bit too much for my liking. Until I started doing it every day and I started developing an interest, and until it became a habit where I now just, you know, sometimes
kind of do it for fun, kind of
yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Because it's become fun.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to say, because who the enjoys looking at financial information from a company week on week? Who?
Yeah, I mean, I don't look at balance sheet. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a geek or anything. But, you know, reading the news
you read articles about
what company's doing well, you know, what this is. Well, that's just basic.
And that obviously changes the trajectory, you know. Like, for example, if you read about the US dollar being weak.
That's weakening fast, bro.
It's weakening fast, right? When we film this is 7th of May.
Yeah,
literally. Right? And right now it's weakening, and for traders, that's a gold mine of information. Because you're like, okay, cool. If I'm trading XAU and gold, XAU, which is gold, against the dollar, you know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
You're gonna bet on gold.
Yeah.
You know.
See, I
don't because trade. Of that, crypto is obviously gonna go up as well.
Yeah.
Because the dollar is so weak, and as soon as the dollar regains strength, that's what's gonna stabilize the market with cryptocurrency. But we don't want to read those articles, do we?
We don't want to.
We want to watch one video on YouTube for 15 minutes that tells us everything we need to know.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And that's
what most people do.
And that 15 minutes, that's the person who's actually read it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's actually true.
And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing with this podcast. It's like, okay, cool. We're taking the flurry of shit that is in everyone's mind, and we're trying to put it in a coherent format.
Yeah.
You know? And we're going to get better at it, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, as we go on. But
100%, man. I think
that's what we're decoding. It's like, you know, we're making this relatable because a lot of people go through this same kind of that we're talking about.
I think life is life is simple but not easy.
Yeah.
I'd say if you make your, you know, focusing, you want good problems, not bad problems of suffering and pain. Yeah. You want good problems of, you know, yes, I have work today. I don't want to go, but at least I have a job. What can I do? I keep grinding, I keep making money. You know, things will get better, you know. As long as you're not crying in pain, you know, parents dying, none of that crazy shit. Just like easy. You know, you want good problems. If you're studying delayed gratification, yes, you have to put in time now.
Yeah.
But in the future, you'll get a reward from it.
Yeah.
Or if you're investing in stocks instead of, I don't know, buying a Michelin star meal at a restaurant, you know, in the future you could retire earlier. So there's a lot about delayed gratification. Those are the problems you want, right? But then again, it's each to their own.
Yeah. What he's saying,
some individuals want to go to the moon one day in their life. Some individuals want to go to every single football match. And rinse all their money on football. Some
it's
individuals
just about what your priority management system is, isn't it?
Go Glastonbury or go and live in caravans, you know.
And I guess what he's saying is like the good problem is doing the research about the stock market. The bad problem is coming home after a Michelin star restaurant after weeks and weeks of doing that and seeing your bank account at zero.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a bad problem. But the good problem is reading about the stock market, and you know that in the long run, that research is gonna give you a huge payback.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, if you put it,
you know what I mean. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say I don't want anyone to think that they need to know 100% about the stock market. They can just put
like there's
investment trusts and
many
funds,
different machines.
But the point you're making is. I see the point you're making. It's a simplified point. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just dumbing it down, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't want to get into a debate about it, but it makes sense. Yeah. It's like where you focus your energy, you're going to get a reward.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with going to a Michelin star restaurant, you know? It's just about balance, right? Balance.
Yeah, exactly. Balance on what your means can cope with.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I want to bring it down a little bit.
I just want to, Michelin star and stuff, like, I think...
But I wanted to kind of dumb this down a little bit for the people at home looking for entertainment out here.
Yeah.
What was the worst candidate that you had doing day game with you? Like, what was that experience like? Talk us through it.
Worst candidate?
Bait them out.
Like my client or my friend? Your client. Or...
So I think what would be great is if you talk about a bad experience that you've had personally.
with someone.
That would humanize you, you know, because you're known as like a cold approach coach.
Yeah, so with someone or just through myself?
So through yourself. Or no, with someone, because that's funnier. When you were with Kevin, like, what was your worst rejection?
With Kevin, you want me to...
Because we can all talk about worst rejection.
Oh, worst rejection, yeah, that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, let's all talk about our worst rejection right now. Let's go.
Oh, mate.
There's so many.
It's inappropriate. A lot of them are inappropriate. You guys go first. I'll need to think.
Oh, you need to
probably
think.
2 or 3.
Probably 2 or 3.
I need to say how to politically word it well as well.
No, you don't have to politically word anything.
You stop.
That's what this is about.
I need to go into deep thinking mode.
So, I have various incidences that I can bring up right now. For sure. I've spoken to many women. Women's. But one springs to mind in particular, right?
Yeah.
So, when I was from the ages of about 15 to, I would say, 18, I was very unsure of my looks. And the girls who I'd get attention from would be girls who I'm not attracted to. And obviously, you want someone out of your league kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
You want someone better. You want to be punching.
When you're younger, especially.
You know, not like punching like toxic masculine shit, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, you want to be punching above your weight class, you know?
Yeah.
And the first time I actually did this was when I had a crush on this foreign exchange student, innit? She was Greek.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, you know what? Like, she enjoys my banter. Like, I was pretty, like, jovial and, like, you know, I used to make jokes all the time here and there. You know, I used to, like, be kind of a badass in school. Like, this was when we were at Bushy Mees and I was, you know, chatting to the teachers and, you know, trying to make everyone laugh kind of thing. And I was like, okay, cool. She's laughing. So that must mean that, like, I can come up to her, innit?
Yeah.
So after class, went outside, you know. This was when we were leaving because obviously we walked to the same bus stop. My friends were behind me, you know. I chatted to her, I was like, listen, like, we could just go get ice cream, you know. 16-year-old, 17-year-old, you ask for ice cream, right? She was like, listen, no offense, but I would rather stick the ice cream and put it in your face than, like, go out with you, basically.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Savage.
And that would make you look better kind of thing.
Dude.
Yeah, so that was like a huge step in my confidence, innit? Obviously, it worked out in my favor at the end of the day because, you know, things are not looking great for her right now. But, you know, I bless you. Bless you. Like, no, I hope everything's going good, innit? But, like, you know, I guess karma's a bitch, innit? Yeah, but also, she's a lovely lady.
But karma's a bitch.
But she's a lovely lady. But, yeah, that's one of my experiences.
Yeah, I think mine's as well.
You know, when you were talking about making it politically correct, I kind of did that.
Yeah, I went into a gay bar with a friend.
Shall we sit on the other side of it?
I went into a gay bar for just out of curiosity, just for jokes. Just see how things roll there, you know?
Yeah.
And there was a lot of single girls there.
Yeah, no, that happens. I was telling you about this the other day.
Yeah, that's true, innit? Like, he was telling me, like, gay bars are low-key lit for picking up women because 90% of the men there are probably gay, innit?
Yeah.
So there's always going to be women
around. Go there to distance themselves away from men.
Exactly.
Because of what we were talking about earlier, about like all of that toxic that they've dealt with, blah, blah, blah.
But yeah, continue.
So, you know, me being me, just try to look for the pretty single ladies, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
And
pretty single
ladies.
One point I just felt too confident, and I just went up to a girl and started talking to her, and then I just dropped, can I play with your
breastises?
Yeah.
To the floaties.
And she decided
you wanted to play with the floaties and you wanted to swim. That's what you wanted to do.
She slapped me really hard on the cheek.
Oh, that's what you were talking about the slap?
Yeah, the slap.
Okay, cool.
Really hard, and I went, and then I turned around, what was that for?
Mimic the slap.
And she, to you?
Yeah.
Literally?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to slap you. So.
Alright, do a fake. Do a fake one.
I won't do it.
Come on, this is YouTube. This is not
do it for the YouTube, man.
So I just went like, no, you're going the other way. Like, I won't do it hard. Like really hard like that. Like really hard, yeah.
Yeah, calm.
And I was like, what was that for? And then she had her fist ready, and like, you know, in WWE when you turn around. So I was like, and then Kevin stopped her, like, relax. She was ready to do that. I was like, what was that? She was coming, and Kevin just like came in the way. Like, stop, chill.
Actually,
like,
why am I acting surprised? You asked to play with the tits.
Yeah, man said.
Why am I acting surprised? Like,
Kevin's like, what did he say? And she lost it. She was like, you know what he said? That's so rude. You cannot say that to a woman. And then I just kind of walked away, innit? That was my worst one.
There's some rap
and it created a scene as well. Created a scene.
Go on.
There's some rap lyric by this guy Pharaoh. I think it's Pharaoh Monk, innit? Man said, some might say this song is sexist because I asked all the girls to rub on their breasts.
Right.
No, I think you showed me the song, you know. Yeah,
man.
What's your?
Yeah, you have to say one now. I'll say another one.
Yeah, one that comes to mind, didn't it? It wasn't. I mean, this one was different. It wasn't like. Okay, so yeah, the example that I gave in the actual episode was like really bad, and it just had nothing. So, yeah, because I wasn't thinking.
There's no relevance at all.
Yeah. So okay, so this is the one that comes to mind.
This is a bad one.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. So yeah, one that actually comes to mind. When I was at the club, I saw this girl. I'm trying to make small talk with her. But you know, it's just not working. She's just not having it.
It wasn't big enough for her.
It just wasn't big enough. You know, but I was just being stupid, innit? I'm just trying to be funny. You know, you're trying too hard, innit? And it's just not working.
I definitely know that.
Yeah.
In every episode.
but yeah, I'm like trying to talk to her. She's just not having it. You know, I'm still trying to be funny. And then she just must have just walked off mid conversation.
What, mid conversation?
Yeah.
What did you say while she was walking on?
I forgot. It was just like
make something up.
Yeah, I forgot. I think I was like saying like, oh, why don't you dance?
How's the weather today?
Yeah,
inside the club.
I might as well. So
the
just
sky looks so nice today.
It's a clear night today. But yeah, she just literally walked off, and I'm just standing there looking stupid. You know, with that goofy grin.
You know, you have to do a double take. It's like you do that gulp, and you're like, okay, what do I do now? Has anyone seen what just happened? Because I need to
don't watch me.
Don't watch me. Please. I go back into the club with 11,000 people, and I just hide myself. You know that bush meme?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
you have to do.
But yeah, that was my example.
I can't lie. My texting game's always been strong. You know.
Stronger than your pull-out
jump. Yo, let's not talk about that. You know, when you said that,
yeah,
I was gonna joke about it, but then it brought back some bad memories. Listen, I've had some scares. Cut that out.
No, we'll keep it in.
My pull-out game used to be weak.
Ooh, lights as well.
Oh, do you like that, mate?
Yeah.
But yeah, let me give one more thing that people can relate to, innit? In a club. I'm sure you guys have been to a club before, right?
Yeah.
Have you been to a club?
Yeah.
So let's bring it back to the clubs, because no one's going to a club right now. And this is the perfect time to talk about it, because you can reminisce, right? When I used to go to the club, this is what my guys taught me, innit? So all my friends, were like black boys, innit? All our black friends, sharp.
I'm not racist. I have my black
I'm not racist. I have black friends. No, we're not doing that. But like, basically, all of my guys, they were big guys, innit?
Yeah.
Like all 6 foot. Like I was actually like the shortest one, by an inch. I'm 5'11", by the way. Like if you wanted to know the height. Listen, I was stunned. But anyways, we were basically taught, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you dance to a song, right? You know how to move your hips, right? And then what you do is you do the toxic masculine thing, and you go behind them.
Yeah,
and if they're moving with you, then it's a hit. And if not, then it's not a hit.
I always
That's what we were taught.
Wow, yeah.
I swear to God, when we were younger, that's what we were taught. And no one else is probably going to say this in this climate. Right? But like true, that's literally what
the women can't see your face, right? That's what I've always wondered. They can't see your face, but they still agree to dance.
No, they still do. They still do.
How?
Because I tell you what they do. They get their girlfriend, on the opposite side of them dancing. You always see them, and they're the ones who are looking out for their homie.
So you might just go.
So you're behind.
So you're from the back, yeah.
You're behind the girl, right?
Yeah.
Her friend is looking at your face and nodding yes or saying no. Worst time I got rejected, I heard the girl who was looking at me for like approval of whether I could dance with her. She said, no.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
White girl, by the way. I'm not playing the race card, but I'm playing the race card. White girl, innit? And then the other girl turned around and she was kind of like, "No, it's cool," but like, you know, the white girl really like hopped on it, innit? And like it obviously hurt my ego.
It's like, when I was younger, I remember going up to girls.
But isn't that what you were taught?
A lot of the times I've done it, not taught, but I saw other people doing it at that time, because I was not lacking confidence, because I was a bit anxious of how they might react, right?
Yeah.
I sometimes went in from the back and just danced with them, and then when they turn around, they're just onto it.
And like, by the way, we're not like
I've
never
never
making
had, like,
physical contact until it's like, you know, appreciated.
Yeah,
scenario.
I've always it's been an interesting one for me.
It's different in it, because like because she actually came to me. Her and her friend came to me, innit?
Yeah.
And so then
CJ got things.
But we were dancing in it. Then she like turned around, but I'm not gonna lie, I was just hesitating. Like, I'm like, should I go in or not?
Yeah.
But anyway,
natural.
but I think what made it even worse was the fact that I was really tired, and because I drank a lot, so I was really tired, so I couldn't really like think. Like I had no rhythm or anything. It wasn't working, innit?
Yeah.
But like, so like in the end, like,
your programming decoded basically.
Yeah, one of her friends just came down, said, oh yeah, we've got drinks over there, blah blah blah, if you want to go down there. So yeah, her and the friend that was with me, innit, they just walked off, innit. They just left me. So I'm just there, standing there looking confused, innit.
Yeah. It happens. These moments happen where I've had it where, you know, when you.
Well, so because you look confused, they left you.
No, it was because like it just wasn't. You know when something's just not working, because I was tired. I drank a lot. So
your dancing was off.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
They weren't feeling the they weren't feeling the whining.
Yeah, it's just it was dead.
It's all about the rhythm with the wine.
Yeah, I usually have rhythm, but like I don't know.
I've had when I've tapped a girl's shoulder to try and chat to them. Like,
that's what I do.
But and a lot of the time the awkward ones are when they just turn back around. Like, this.
Now one time.
But that you can kind of style out, because you can act like you're dancing, innit?
Yeah.
You could be like tap. If they don't look back, you're like, cool, I'm just doing my thing. My boys are here, come on.
And then when you get the best bit is when you offer them your hand and they grab it and they start dancing. I miss those times when I was young.
Sometimes girls usually pull my chain in it.
Life.
I usually wear a chain in it. They usually pull it. I'm thinking, anyhow she tries and steals it. Like, what am I going to do?
Exactly.
I'm not going to chase after her.
You're going to have to go over the goal with your fist like that, like Harsh.
That should
WWE.
That should be a dance move,
because obviously WWE is fake.
Yeah.
And not real. We don't condone violence to women.
That should be a new club move, innit? The Hardly Harsh.
Yeah.
It's like I saw some painting. I had to Hardly Harsh her. You know.
Really knock her out. It's good. No, it's good. Yeah. Bro, I think we have to close. I might have to go.
Yeah, I mean that's good. I've only got like 2 minutes on there.
Oh, nice. All right, so close.
But yeah, man, it's been hard.
Alright, listen. Let's get some structure back. Like, let's breathe for 5 minutes, because that was a pretty hefty topic that we hit there. But yeah, no. So your main goal with this coaching, right now, what are you doing right now? So because of COVID, are you still bringing people out there?
No,
are you just doing consultations, or are you just like put it on pause?
It's on pause. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It's been on pause for the last few months because of lockdown restrictions.
Yeah, but you're bringing it back, right?
I'm hoping to. Yeah, in June. Podcasts have been released. Last one was out like 2 or 3 months ago. It's been focused on my other priorities of my work and my chartered qualification in this break away from things. But I'm still very much very much happy to get back going once restrictions are lifted. Yeah,
and obviously me and CJ will obviously reciprocate and come on your podcast.
Yeah, sure, man.
You know, so we'll see what HardlyHarsh is saying.
Definitely, yeah.
And like obviously we'll see things from his perspective, so your audience can see like what we're kind of doing right now. You know, this thing is all about like relatability, but also self-development.
Yeah.
You know, how to be more mindful and more spiritual, and then how to curate, you know, the right people around you that will then give you the empowerment to set yourself up for success.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we've got like 20 seconds.
Alright, so social media.
But give your socials. We're going to put in the links in the description anyways.
So Harsh0510 personal Instagram, for Spotify, hardly.harsh. So Hotel Alpha Romeo Sierra Hotel Alpha Romeo Sierra Hotel.
I'm doing the radio.
Follow it on Spotify for the algorithm. Thank you.
Peace.
Yeah, obviously follow our socials. You're going to do the little